Hello everyone, it's Anthony, and today we will be looking at Unit 34 from the B2 course. And it's a strange unit, modal phrases and modal passives, a little bit difficult, but let's begin with the phonetics reading. We'll read from the group, and I want you to repeat. I will read the line first very slowly, very exaggeratedly from the phonetics so that you can hear all of the sounds. Repeat the sound. I have a gap for you to do that. And then from the English, same procedure. So listen, read, then repeat. Okay? The first one. It's no good asking me. It's no good asking me. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it. What's the matter? What's the matter? I'm just feeling sorry for myself. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. How come? How come? I had to walk to work. I had to walk to work. Because my car was being repaired. Because my car was being repaired. Is that all? Is that all? Well, I'm not used to being without it. Well, I'm not used to being without it. Worse things happen, don't they? Worse things happen, don't they? You know, I was just about to say the same thing. I was just about to say the same thing. I used to prefer working on my own. Working on my own. I wasn't used to sharing. I wasn't used to sharing. Ideas and information. Ideas and information. Now I enjoy being part of a team. Being part of a team. I'm very fond of the people I work with. Of the people I work with. Everyone's so nice and friendly. Everyone's so nice and friendly. I'm sorry about last night. I'm sorry about last night. I'm sorry I woke you up. I'm sorry I woke you up. vast sums of money, vast sums of money are being spent on finding an AIDS vaccine. On finding an AIDS vaccine. How come our order still hasn't been sent? Still hasn't been sent. All I can say is I'm sorry. All I can say is I'm sorry. The delay was caused by a strike. The delay was caused by a strike. That's not our fault, is it? That's not our fault, is it? Okay, I just wanted to remind you that you can hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for the notifications so you can get notifications for all of the videos that are produced here and broadcast. You won't miss anything. Okay, let's continue with our group. With all due respect, we cannot continue to supply goods unless payments are kept up to date. Unless payments are kept up to date. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I would have thought that an old customer like me deserved to be treated better. Can I see you for a few minutes? No, I've got to go now. I've got an appointment. I should be free. At 1:30. At 1:30. Shall we meet then? We've got a date with Susan. We're going into town. To see the exhibition. Oops, sorry, went the wrong way. Okay. Would you like to join us? Would you like to join us? Shall I open the window? Shall I open the window? Shall I close the door? Doors. No, doors. Door. I can't understand them. I can't understand them. They speak too fast. They speak too fast. What on earth is that? What on earth is that? It's a painting of my Aunt Agatha. It's a painting of my Aunt Agatha. Whoever did it didn't know much about anatomy. It was done by a famous French painter. She left it to me when she died. So now it belongs to me. Do you intend to keep it? We'll see. For the moment, I just want to enjoy owning a great work of art. I got rid of all the junk. In our garage. I had someone come and take it away. Now there's even room for the car. Very good. So, repeat this. Listen to this segment of the video many times if you have time. It's the best thing you can do. Listen and repeat. Okay, now we're going to look at some of the grammar. I will do this from the grammar presentation, which just wanted to remind you that if you want to see the meanings of the words, they're below in the description. You can just copy, paste into Google Translate, so it's no problem. Let's look now at Unit 34, Grammar B2. Okay, this is the B2, Unit 44. We're going to see the gerunds as the objects of prepositions. What does that mean? Okay, let's look at a gerund is ing verb. So A, we talked about going to Canada for our vacation. B, Sue is in charge of organizing the meeting. C, I'm interested in learning more about your work. So let's look at this gerund, going, organizing, learning. We talked. I'm interested. Sue is in charge. In charge of what? Of organizing. We talked about what? About going. What are you interested in? You're interested in learning. You see, you can use the the ing verb, the gerund for this type of structure. D, I'm used to sleeping with the window open. C, I'm accustomed to sleeping with the window open. F, I look forward to going home next month. And G, they object to changing their plans at this late date. So here we have to as the preposition. In A, B, and C, A, the preposition was about, B, of, C, in. Instead, D, E, F, and G, we have the preposition to. Now, don't confuse this with the infinitive. This is not the infinitive to. It's not part of the infinitive, so we have a gerund. This is not a very common situation, but let's look at the negative. We talked about not going to the meeting, but finally we decided to go. We talked about not going. That's the negative part of the going. Okay, if we form the negative, we would say we didn't talk about going to the meeting, but that's different. We talked about not going. So there's two different meanings, putting the negative before going or making the verb talk negative. Just to point out, in British English, you can also say I'm accustomed to sleep with the window open. So you can use also the ing there, or just the infinitive. Common preposition combinations followed by our gerunds. Okay, let's look at this a little bit closer. To be excited about doing it. So we were excited about going to Canada. Okay, you see it's the same structure, and we're going to look at these combinations, these patterns, we could say. So be excited and be worried, use about. And we saw about here talking about, but here we have a combination of being excited and being worried about. Complain, dream, talk, and think. Okay, here's talk. Talk about doing it, talk of doing it. So these are all with about or of. I apologize for doing it. Okay, so apologize is not part of this group here. We don't apologize about something. We apologize for doing it. So I blame someone for doing it. I forgive someone for doing it. I have an excuse for doing it. I have a reason for doing it. I'm responsible for doing it. I thank you for doing it. So for is used with these verbs, especially with these verbs that take indirect objects, blame someone, forgive someone, and thank someone. Keep from, okay? Keep someone from doing something. I keep you from doing it. I prevent you from doing it. I prohibit you from doing it. Or I stop you from doing it. So these are combinations with from. They're all using indirect objects. Keep you, prevent you, prohibit you, and to stop you. Believe in doing something, to be interested in something, to participate in something, and to succeed in doing something. So these are used with in before the gerund. We have be accustomed of, sorry, that's down here. Be accused of doing it, to be capable of doing it, for the purpose of doing it. This is just purpose of doing it, for the purpose of doing it. Be guilty of doing it, instead of doing it. So this is like for the purpose, instead of doing it. Take advantage of doing it, take care of doing it, be tired of doing it. So I went to work instead of going to the beach. Okay, that's how you would use instead. I am doing this presentation for the purpose of teaching this particular exercise. So you can see how those are used. I insist on doing it, to be accustomed to doing it, to be in addition to doing it, be committed to doing it, be devoted to doing it, look forward to doing it, object to doing it, be opposed to doing it, and be used to doing it. Okay, these are all forms with to before the gerund. Okay, and the easiest way to learn these is just do this list, say, I am excited about working. Okay, invent another verb. I am worried about working. I complain about working. Okay, and just read those and read them with a loud voice so that you can hear yourself and repeat those. Let's look now at tag questions. Tag questions are really, really important. They don't seem to be so difficult or so useful, but they are very, very conversational. Let's look at one example. A, Jack can come, can't he? Okay, we have the tag question is a question added at the end of a sentence. Can't he? B, Fred can't come, can he? Okay, this also is a tag question. It's a positive tag. The A is a negative tag. Speakers use tag questions chiefly to make sure their information is correct or to seek agreement. Okay, a tag question may be spoken or intonation with a rising intonation if the speaker is truly seeking to ascertain his or her information, idea, belief, and lives in an apartment. Doesn't she? Listen to my voice. Doesn't she? The rising intonation. Jack can come, can't he? I am truly trying to understand if Jack can come. Okay, I believe so, but I want to check. With a falling intonation, the speaker is expressing idea which certainly the listener will agree. It's a nice day today, isn't it? Okay, isn't it? Do you hear my voice is going down? Jack can come, can't he? Can't he? Jack can come, can't he? Fred can't come, can he? Can he? I'm going down. Sometimes this can be a little bit sarcastic, okay? I know that you will agree, so it could be sarcastic. Let's look at the negative tag. Mary is here, isn't she? Okay, so we have the affirmative sentence, Mary is here. We have the negative tag, which is the verb or the auxiliary in the contracted form with the pronoun. So we invert because it is a question, so we're inverting. We have first the auxiliary or the verb, then the subject. And so we have Mary is here, isn't she? And the affirmative answer expected, yes, she is. You like tea, don't you? Yes, I do. They have left, haven't they? Yes, they have. Okay, we can form question tags with all of the English grammar forms that are possible. The negative tag would be the auxiliary of the verb, of the main verb. If the verb is to be, then you use to be. In a negative sentence, Mary isn't here, is she? No, she isn't. You don't like tea, do you? No, I don't. They haven't left, have they? No, they haven't. You see, the negative answer is expected. I imagine that they haven't left. That's why I'm making this question tag. They haven't left, have they? I'm checking. No, they haven't. You can agree. Other considerations. This or that is your book, isn't it? The tag pronoun for this and that is it. We don't say, this is your book, isn't this? Or these, those are yours, aren't they? So the tag for these and those are they. There is a meeting tonight, isn't there? In sentences with there plus be, there is used in the tag. There is a meeting tonight, isn't there? There is the correct tag. E, everything is okay, isn't it? F, everyone took the test, didn't they? Personal pronouns are used to refer to indefinite pronouns. They is usually used to tag to refer to everybody, everyone, someone, somebody, no one, and nobody. Okay, so they for everyone. Everything, instead, that's one thing. So, isn't it? G, nothing is wrong, is it? H, nobody called on the phone, did they? I, you've never been there, have you? Sentences with negative words take affirmative tags. You have never been there, never is negative. Nobody called, nobody is negative. Nothing is wrong, nothing is negative, so the tag is positive. One more thing, I am supposed to be here, am I not? I'm supposed to be here, aren't I? Okay, am I not is very, very formal. In more common spoken English, we say aren't I, because we cannot contract am not, am not, am I not. This should be am not I, but we say am I not. It's very formal. Okay, just 1 second. Terribly sorry. I have to answer the door. 1 second. I'll be right back. I really apologize for that. Nothing to be done. I have to answer the door. Okay, let's look at remember with gerund and the infinitive. Okay, remember to do something before you do it. Okay, so we're using the infinitive to do. I remembered to lock the door before I left, but I forgot to shut the windows. So first, I remembered, and then I locked, right? I remembered to lock the door, and then I locked it. Remember doing something after you do it. So I clearly remember locking the door before I left. This time I locked it, and now while I'm talking, I am remembering. Okay, it's different. Okay, I remembered to lock the door before I left. I remembered before. Now I clearly remember locking the door. So now I am remembering that I locked the door. It's subtle. If you say I clearly remember to lock the door, people will understand you. But this is a form talking about the past. Let's look at the passive form of the modals and phrasal modals. Okay, this is the meat and potatoes of the lesson. Subject, Tom. Modal, will. Be, and then we have the past participle, in this case invited, which is also the simple past because this is a regular verb. Tom will be invited to the picnic. This is a passive form, and we're using the modal will. We can use all of the modals in the passive form. Actually, it's called a mood, but I've put it here as a form. Let's look at B. The window can't be opened. C. Children should be taught to respect their elders. D. May I be excused from class? Here we have a question, but you see that the same may and then I, we have the subject modal inversion. E. This book had better be returned to the library before Friday. Had better is a more modal phrase. This letter, number F, letter F, this letter ought to be sent before June 1st. Ought to is a phrasal modal. It can be used in the passive. G, Mary has to be told about our change in plans. She has to be told. Fred is supposed to be told about the meeting. So all of these phrasal verbs, these modal verbs and phrasal modals can be used in the passive form. When we use the past passive form, we have the subject, the letter, the modal should, and then instead of the verb to be, we are putting the verb in the present perfect form. So we have been. This is the auxiliary. Then we have the past participle, which lets you know that this is passive. The letter should have been sent last week. So I'm telling you that the letter should be sent in the present, but in the past, the letter should have been sent last week. So I'm using the passive modal. J, the house must have been built over 200 years ago. K, Jack ought to have been invited to the party. So if you have access, you can go to the exercise 4, 5, and 6. Let's look at ever words, actually. The following ever words give the idea of any. Each pair of sentences in the example has the same meaning. So, whoever, A, whoever wants to come is welcome. Anyone who wants to come is welcome. So anyone is the same as whoever. Who or whomever, he makes friends easily with whoever he meets, or whomever he meets. He makes friends easily with anyone whom he meets. Anyone who he meets. Whom is a little more formal. Whatever. He always says whatever comes into his mind. He always says anything that comes into his mind. Anything is the same as whatever. Whichever. There are 4 good programs on TV at 8 o'clock. We can watch whichever program, whichever one you prefer. We can watch any of the 4 programs that you prefer. Any of the 4 programs. So we're using any instead of which. Whichever for a selection. Whenever. You may leave whenever you wish. You may leave at any time you wish. So whenever for any time. Wherever. F. She can go wherever she wants to go. She can go any place that she wants to go. Okay, I think you can see here how you lose some words. We don't have to use that. Where she can go any place she wants to go. She can go wherever she wants to go. Wherever that is not necessary. However, the students may dress however they please. This is like saying the students may dress in any way they please. Whomever is the object of the verb meets. In American English, whomever is rare and very formal. In British English, whoever, not whomever, is used as the object form. He makes friends easily with whoever he meets. Okay, that whomever thing is just, it's very formal. Using causative verbs. Okay, causative verbs, make, have, and get, can be used to express the idea that X causes Y to do something. Okay, this is a little bit of a formula. When they are used as causative verbs, their meanings are similar but not identical. In A, my brother had no choice. I insisted that he carry my suitcase. In B, my brother carried my suitcase because I asked him to. In C, I managed to persuade my brother to carry my suitcase. Okay. I don't know where the examples went to, but they're not here. Okay, maybe I can just edit that. So A, I made my brother carry my suitcase. B, I had my brother carry my suitcase. And C, I got my brother to carry my suitcase. So they're very similar, but they're a little bit different, okay? So X makes Y do something, so it's kind of like forces. X has Y do something. He asks, like it asking or persuading. No, G is persuading, sorry. Gets is persuading. So I made my brother, I had my brother, I got my brother. These are forms. The causative make, Mrs. Lee made her son clean the room. E, sad movies make me cry. The causative make is formed by the simple form of a verb, not an infinitive. We don't say she made him to clean. Make gives the idea that X forces Y to do something. Mrs. Lee's son in D had no choice. Causative have. F, I had the plumber repair the leak. J, Jane had the waiter bring her some tea. Causative have is followed by the simple form of a verb, not an infinitive. Incorrect to say I had him to repair the leak. Have gives the idea that X requests Y to do something, asking. In F, the plumber repaired the leak because I asked him. Okay, so causative get. The students got the teacher to dismiss class early. Jack got his friends to play soccer with him after school. The causative get is followed by the infinitive. Get gives the idea that X persuades Y to do something. In H, the students managed to persuade the teacher to let them leave early. So they got the teacher to dismiss. Passive causatives, I had my watch repaired by someone. K, I got my watch repaired by someone. The past participle is used after have and get to give a passive meaning. In this case, there is usually little or no difference between the meaning have and get. In J and K, I caused my watch to be repaired by someone. That's the idea. Okay, you can do exercise 8 and 9 from this if you are in that course. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.